In the draft,
Yes.
who was the best player they took?
Okay. It's the first pick, their defensive end in round 2, Drake Jackson from USC. Now, this guy's really young. He's younger than Trey Lance. He's 21 years old. He fluctuated weight. He didn't have a ton of sacks in college, but basically what they say about him is he has all the things you can't teach. He has long arms. He's explosive. He just needs to get stronger. So on the Niners, those kind of defensive ends usually work out because they have the best defensive line coach in the league, Chris Kasarik. So he's a project. He probably won't do a ton his rookie year. He'll probably be like a guy who comes in on third down sometimes. So he'll play a little bit. He could get some sacks, but in a couple of years, he could be a starter opposite Bosa. And if anything gets weird and Bosa doesn't want to be on this team the way Debo doesn't, apparently, this guy could potentially replace him in a couple of years. So I think this guy, Drake Jackson, has the potential to be a hell of a pass rusher, which is always a good thing to get at the end of round 2.
Why did he last that long?
Yes, because at USC, I think they had a bunch of different coaches and a bunch of different defensive coordinators, and he went there as a 270-pound defensive end, and then the next defensive coordinator comes in and runs a 4-3 and says, actually, you got to play outside linebacker, lose 20 pounds. He's like, sir, yes, sir, and all of a sudden he's 250, learning new, dropping into coverage, and I think the Niners feel like, I don't know what the hell they were doing at USC, but our scheme, our coach, that, ball of that talent, we know exactly what to do with that guy, and we won't waste him like you. I think that's what they're thinking.
Okay, so we want to give the Niners credit for seeing the potential in this player.
Yes.
And for being bold. And we want to not give USC credit for screwing them up.
Right. Now, I would give this pick an A or an A-. I might say A- because it doesn't fill a need. I mean, this team has lots of needs, particularly offensive line. The guys who protect the quarterback, who's really important. That's their weakest position. D-line is their strongest position. And they added to it, which, God love them. They were 5th in sacks last year. Maybe they'll be even better this year. But you had a weakness on the offensive line. You had a weakness in the secondary in the sense that you really never intercept passes. And you added to your pass rush. Great. You got another good pass rusher. Pass rush is important, but it's interesting, right? It's like they're very much a specific brand of football, and they stuck to it.
Well, they just got Jason Verret re-signed.
Okay, let's see how many games he plays this year.
I understand. You're skeptical of his durability.
Yeah, I would have to say. I don't even know if he's going to make the team. He's almost 31 years old. He's torn his ACL twice. He's torn his Achilles. I mean, we'll see.
Okay. We'll see. All right. Fair enough.
Okay.
But if he can play, if he can play, we'll see if he can play. It's a stupid question. Tell me the second best draft pick they had.
The second best draft pick they had. Okay. I can do this. The second best draft pick they had is a 6th round pick, the 220th pick in the draft. His name is Khalia Davis. He's another defensive lineman, and he's a project. He tore his ACL last year, Dad. He's probably not even going to play this year. But one of these guys where he's
Niners draft choice.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, the ACL guy. I like the ACL guy because you don't take the ACL guy in round 3. You take him in round 6. The 220th pick, great, fine, who cares? So you took him. He'll probably say, on IR the first year, but he's got talent, and the Niners have this great D-line coach. That guy could end up being a starter for them in a couple of years. The defensive tackle, Khalia Davis.